Some more goddess. Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Let's take a moment to just ground down and notice where we are right now. We're all in different places. I can see some of your beautiful places, your backgrounds, your children, the flowers, the colors you're wearing. Let's just take in this beautiful picture that we have right now on our screen with all the different goddesses who are tuning in. And let's become aware of where we are right now. For those of us who are driving, keep your eyes on the road and stop the car, okay? And let's notice how we have those roots going deep into the ground. And with every breath, we take them deeper and deeper and deeper, and we notice the core of the earth. And we connect our core. Let's just imagine all those energy centers in the center of our body aligning to the core. And now let's connect that core to the core of the earth. Let's just imagine that with every breath, we're drawing in the powerful energy of Mother Earth, our home. We're feeling gratitude for this present moment. We're feeling gratitude for our bodies, the homes that we're in, the friends that we have, the love in our hearts, the air that we breathe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well done. And now, if you're in a safe place, go ahead and close your eyes. Let's roll the eyes up as if we're looking through the crowns of our heads. And then we say, even if I don't know how to co-create the most magical golden goddess circle possible now that connects us to our highest good, our hearts, and all the love that we are, and allows us to be the full-time blessings that we are as we are creating financial freedom, health, abundance, love, success, and joy in life, and inspiring all those around us to do the same. All I do know is, it is so now, and I am fulfilled. I delete all that could stop me, and I download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. One more breath. Oh, and then let's open our eyes. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Let's put myself on spotlight so I find myself. And then I've seen Mirella is also here. Lily's coming in. Here's Mirella. And then we'll add Mirella. Oops, don't jump away from me again, Mirella. Every time someone joins in, the whole thing jumps. Okay, in comes Yvonne. And now Mirella, we will make a co-host. There we go. And then Mirella, you can join me in my bubble here. I don't know if Linda's here, but then we could add her too. Spotlight yourself and let's get this party started. Good morning.
I just was telling in the chat that I'm recovering from an interesting upgrading night. I puked and all of that things. I don't know. It was a real upgrade. And so I will be
You're
here.
Not going to join me in the spotlight. I get that. I get that. Well, blessings to you. I hope you feel better really soon. Then yes. What we're going to be doing today will be just perfect. Yeah, anybody else here experiencing, I call it a frequency upgrade.
Yeah, but that is exactly how it feels. It's the body that's just things, it's detoxes. I get so many clairvoyant messages. It's amazing, but I don't like the puking. But I think it's a blessing.
I'm sure it is. Anybody else here, raise your hand or write it in the chat if you're going through something right now and maybe you need support. So put it in the chat and I'll keep my eye on the chat. as I present to you a new way, a new process that we're going to do together. And it's actually a process that I use when I work with children. And because we all have children within us, right? We have that whole kindergarten of our little selves. This process, of course, also works when you're an adult, a serious adult. And I think it's really fun to do because it's very simple. And you will recognize the 5 elements in this process, but these 5 elements are tapped in a different way. The 5 elements come from Chinese medicine. So we have the 5 elements, the earth and the wood and the fire and the water, right? All those elements and the metal. And we bring them into harmony. We recognize those different energies within us because we all have them, and we bring them into balance. That's what we do with the tapping. The reason why the tapping is so powerful, and that might also be interesting to you to know if you're just joining now and you've never been confronted with 5 elements and tapping and what actually are we doing, then the reason is quite simple. One is when we tap, we are tapping the endpoints of the meridians in our bodies. And the meridians, you can imagine like energy highways in the body. And when we tap the endpoints of these meridians that come from acupuncture, right? Acupressure, that's also thousands and thousands of years of wisdom in a concept. We know that when we send energy down this highway of energy, it connects to the organ that is kind of the governing organ of that highway of energy. And when we tap into that, and we not only tap physical energy, right, down that meridian, we're tapping the body, we're connecting to the body, we're sending that measurable energy into our body, we're also sending it right to the organ that needs balance. And because we're saying something at the same time, we're saying these affirmations, we're giving these commands, we're doing something really, really powerful. Because our conscious mind, that little mind that we think is so incredibly powerful and that we often rely on so much, because that little mind can only do one thing at a time. It's a linear processor. Okay, so the moment the conscious mind is doing something like speaking or, I don't know, tapping, it's maxed out. It can't focus on anything else. So what happens then? Oh, the unconscious mind opens up, that huge database that we have inside of us, that one that's actually running the show most of the time, that opens up and we get right into it. And I imagine this being like this computer. Right? It's this electrical board where I'm going in and I'm looking at the connections. I'm looking at the synapses and I'm saying, are these functional synapses or are these dysfunctional synapses? And dysfunctional synapses are just faulty wiring. It's just bad programming. And because our computer is so active and so powerful, we actually get to influence that computer with these tapping exercises. So we're influencing the physical energy in the body, and we're influencing the energetics that are also going on, that are our thoughts, the feelings inside of our bodies. And all of that together allows us to create really powerful shifts in the second, in a moment, in less than a second. That's how quick manifestation actually is. It's an instant. And in that instant, because we're letting go of control, because we're going into an altered state, basically, you'll notice that when you do tapping sequences and you really just go into that flow, the words will come through you. And it's very cool to do. So we're going to be doing this tapping. Now you know why we're doing what we're doing. And we're going to be using the 5 elements like we do in our normal tapping or regular tapping sequence, where we start with the switch and we go underneath here, then we come to the thumbs and we come up here, then we go down to the liver, and then we finish with this one. With the Joyful Kids tapping sequence, it's a little different. We tap different points, and with children, I don't focus on the what is. Why? Because children, remember, they are in a different brainwave frequency. Until children hit puberty, they are already in very relaxed brainwave states. So from 0 to 2 in delta, from 2 to 7 in theta, from 7 till puberty in alpha. And then we switch into beta and we're in the adult brain. And because they're in this very relaxed brainwave state and usually very aware of everything that's happening, we don't have to spend so much time going into accept what is, because that, at least in my experience, is the biggest stumbling block for adults. It's first the realization of, oh, there is something. Right? Then we'll usually deny and deflect and suppress that what is, and maybe even do interesting things like spiritually bypassing, right? Oh, it must be the energy of something. Oh, your energy is just off, right? But not owning our part in it. With children, you don't have to do that. They don't have that adult brain that kind of manipulates and in that really, extensive way. It's much easier for them to say, hey, you see, this is not working. Hey, how do you feel? Do you want to feel this way? And they're like, no, I don't want to feel this way. They're very much more open for help because of that brainwave state. And that's the reason why when we tap with adults, we usually say, I love and accept myself, even if I feel da-da-da, and even if I don't know da-da-da, and da-da-da, da-da-da, and I love and accept myself when I now choose. With children, I go straight into the solution. So we will be tapping and saying very simple affirmations. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, and I will show you the flowchart that I use for doing the 5. With children, I can just call it, let's do the 5. Let's do the 5. And when we do the 5, we can focus on any problem that we have in the moment. We can focus on any challenge that we have, on any physical feeling. It doesn't matter whether what you're struggling with is termed a disease or whether it's just, I don't know, a discomfort, or it's something that you just don't know how to figure out. Just take what is and define it for a moment, because that's the first part of the 5 steps to joy that I'm teaching you right now. In the first step of the 5 steps to joy, we elicit how we feel. So take a problem, take a challenge. You're an adult, write it down. For children, I will say, squiggle it. I'll give you a pen and just squiggle. And I'm just going to show you something how this can look when you work with a kid. Let's see. Bear with me. Let's get my fancy screen. So just the other day, I had a session with a little 4-year-old who's struggling in life a bit. And I asked him to draw the feeling in his body that he has when he notices he can't make friends. So this little 4-year-old is really struggling with interpersonal relationships. So he has a hard time making friends. He behaves in very weird ways when he's trying to make friends, and the other children don't like it, right? So I asked him to tell me how that feeling feels, and he didn't have words for it. So I then asked him, draw it out for me. Oh dear, wait a minute, I have to put my black screen away. And when I asked him to draw it out for me, he showed me this really squiggly painting. He just took a pen. I'll send you a picture in the replay. And he just squiggled something on it, a gray pen, and he squiggled and he squiggled and he squiggled. And I said, that's what the feeling feels like. And he filled the whole page with this feeling. And then I said, okay, that's really good. Now draw to me, what does your heart feel like? And he took another pen and he made this tiny little squiggle inside. And I said, oh, okay. And what does your eye feel like? And then he took another pen and he made a tiny squiggle in there. And he said, that's what my eye feels like. And so we created this picture of what is right now. So you can do that for yourself right now. You take a pen. If you don't have a pen and paper right now, you could just make the squiggle with your hand, but do something to define where you are right now and what it feels like. Even if you have no words for it, make the squiggle. We're having here, I want to heal from the pain from a big operation I had 5 weeks ago. Excellent, you've defined it. That's what we're going for. And we have here, I want to go into my own power and believe in myself and believe that I can trust this process. Good, put it down there. What's the thing that you're working on? I'll give you a couple more seconds to do that. Make the squiggle with your hands, define it. Okay, that's step one. Now we're going to move on to step two. You know what the feeling feels like. You know what it looks like. You've defined it, right? Now define, how big is this feeling? With children, I usually come with, I have a basket of stuffed animals and all my props. And I have in there different size balls. So I have little marbles, different colors. And then I have those little balls that, you know, the hacky sacks that you can throw with. And then I'll have a balloon maybe that I'll blow up. And then I'll say, okay, show me how big this feeling is. And sometimes they'll use their hands. Define for yourself, how big is this feeling? And without even thinking, just take your hands and define, how big is this feeling? Mine's kind of this. That's my feeling. I don't know. How big is your feeling? Is it tiny? Is it small? Is it medium? Is it large, or is it extra large? For those that like categories. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the movements. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So now you know what you're feeling. You know how big this feeling is. What do we do next? We need to know where this is going. So we need to set our intention. We know how to set our intention. We'll do it the real simple way. We close our eyes, we roll them up, and we say, even if I don't know how to feel joyful, loving, abundant, healthy, happy, amazing, powerful, woohoo, even if I don't know how to do that, all I do know is it is so now. I delete all that could stop me. I download everything I need to do so now. Yes, with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. Take one more breath. We've set our intention. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we are going to shift it, because I'm going to show you. There we go. Can you see that? Maybe you can see. Oh, but you can't see it completely, can you? Is that true? No, right? Okay, that's interesting. So we'll stop the share. Let's try this again. Desktop. There we go. Window. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, I'm just going to walk you through it. I'll have to share with you afterwards. No, it is actually doing that. Golden Guide circle. That's not what we want. We want this. Can you see it now? No. Okay. Sod it. You won't see it. We start with the switch. So become aware of your problem. And then all you say, I love and accept myself. I'm good. I love and accept myself. I'm good. 3 times. I love and accept myself. I'm good. And breathe. Whoo, good. Underneath your eyes, underneath your eyes, underneath your eyes. All is well. I am worthy. All is well. I am worthy. All is well. I am worthy. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, underneath your collarbones, tap your chest bone. I am powerful. I am safe. I am powerful. I am safe. I am powerful. I am safe. Good, 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 good. Now your index fingers, strike your index fingers together. That's right. And you say, I am free. I am free. I am free. Yes, 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 yes. Good job. Now come to your belly. Tap both sides of your belly. And you say, I have purpose. I am love. I have purpose. I am love. I have purpose. I am love. Good job. One more breath. And we come back to the switch. We come back to the switch. Okay, now say it in your deepest voice. I love and accept myself. I am good. I love and accept myself. I am good. I love and accept myself. I am good. Okay, now underneath your eye, say it in your Mickey Mouse voice. All is well, I am worthy. All is well, I am worthy. All is well, I am worthy. Oh, underneath your collarbones now, sing it. I am powerful, I am safe. I am powerful, I am safe. I am powerful, I am safe. Da-da-da. I am powerful, I am safe. I am powerful, I am safe. There we go. Ooh, good job, good job. Index fingers, index fingers. Say it in your sexiest voice. Go on. I am free. I am free. I am free. What's your sexy voice? Go on. I am free. That's right. That's right. Now, say it you like you mean it. I have purpose. I am love. I have purpose. I am love. I have purpose. I am love. Okay, now one more breath. Tune in and see if you can still find that feeling or if it's gone now. What's happened? So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I've got goosebumps on my upper arms. I feel this sort of very fun energy inside. How are you feeling? Gone? Are you good? Anything else? It's shifted, right? Hands up if the energy has shifted. See it? Right? Now, here's the thing. You've done it once. You shifted it once. Can you shift it again? Yes, you can, right? Could you shift it every single time you notice you have an icky feeling inside? Yes, you can. Carmelita's joyful. We have our hands up for Mirella, see? And now it's just about keeping that going, keeping that momentum going, that little joyful feeling that we have inside, let it bubble. And ask your inner child right now, what do you need? What do you need? What's a fun thing that we could do together today? What's something that's going to let your inner child have a little party, right? Silke is saying it's shifted. It's a lot better. So what could you do for your inner child? What would it be? Something fun for that little girl inside. I don't know. I went the other day and I got this message. I got to do something for my inner child. And I took Grace shopping because she needed some new summer clothes. And then we went lingerie shopping. I went to the shop and I saw this amazing magenta outfit with brown thingy. And I said, that's what my inner girl wants. She wants this magenta underwear now. And we bought it and it was super fun, right? I'm not saying it has to be something that you buy every time. Nicole is saying it's like dancing. Yeah. But which song would you put on? Which song does your inner child want to hear? Maybe you could sing that song together with her. That's also a fun thing. So that's the reason why we use these different voices when we're tapping the points, because you're accessing different parts of your brain. And you just want to confuse that little brain of yours so that it shifts into a new paradigm. And I'm sure you've also noticed that this paradigm is here now, right? We're shifting it. We're in this new paradigm. So let's go to step 5. Step 4 was doing the 5. And step 5 is visualizing. So go ahead and just close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize all is well. I'm joyful. I'm loved. Yes. Visualize the moment. Notice the colors that are there and go to your happy place. What's your happy place? Is it a castle in the clouds? Is it the rainbow pyramid? Or is it a secret magical garden? As I count from 1 to 3, imagine beaming yourself to your happy place. 1, 2, and 3. Be there and notice. Notice. Is it day or is it night? Are you inside? Are you outside? Are you alone or with others? And now notice the feelings in your body, the feelings of peace, maybe the feelings of joy, of expansion, of just acceptance, of being good. Just notice them and allow them to move through your body with every breath now. 3 conscious breaths as you Draw this energy into every cell of your body, informing that cell that yes, 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 all is well. I am safe and I am deserving and I am worthy. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And now send it out into the space between your cells. Fill up your entire body with this golden light, with this beautiful energy. And then come back into the here and now and say, yes, yes, yes. Rub your hands together. Here we go, baby. It's happening. It's Monday. It's my day. Today is a new day. And all is going to be even better than I can possibly imagine. And now, in a moment, we're going to place these healing hands onto a part of the body that needs it most. Okay, let's conjure up the energy. I am love. I am eternal. I am infinite. 1, 2, and 3. And then imagine that wonderful healing energy seeping through you, going from your hands into that part of your body, lighting it up, saying you're safe, body. You've got this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come back into the here and now and let me know how you are. Oh, Mirella's going to have a massage and a bath. Yeah, I highly recommend taking Epsom salt baths if you're struggling with some, I don't know, infection, or even if you're just feeling a little icky. Putting Epsom salts in the bath and then maybe 1 or 2 drops of essential oils. I usually mix the essential oils with a spoonful of coconut oil. So I'll do the Epsom salt for the salty bit, right, to draw out the toxins. And I'll use the coconut oil to give the skin the moisture too. And the essential oils just for the olfactory pleasure. That's a really good thing to do. And what I just recommend doing after you've had a long, nice hot soak in the bath is to end it with a cold shower. I know it takes quite some thing, but it's so much more refreshing and you'll feel so much better because you've given your body both elements, right? The heat and the cold. And it's beautiful, you know, restart the brain. It's really magical. So yes, do the hot bath. That's a really good idea. Carmelita is going to do some hula hoop. Yes, I have 2 weighted hula hoops that I'm going to bring to the goddess circle so we can all play with that. I actually yesterday went to I call it my storage unit in my uncle's house out in the Lake District to pick up, to fill Roy's car, and he has a big car. I filled it to the brim with the yoga mats, the bolsters, all the stuff. I mean, I think I'm going to have to do 3 or 4 drives out to the retreat center with all the stuff that I'm bringing, because I'm bringing my crystal singing bowls, or my Healy frequency tools, all the stuff that we need for our crown, building. It's quite the thing. I'm having so much fun getting it all ready. And I just would like to ask those of you who are coming to the retreat to let me know if you're bringing a yoga mat. Because if I don't have to bring all the yoga mats, I would be grateful. But of course, if you need a yoga mat, you don't have to go out and buy one. I have enough. I'm bringing also the big bolsters and the meditation cushions that I have. But if you're coming by car and you like having your own mat and your own pillows and maybe your own blanket, then do bring them, right? So if you're coming by car, do bring all the things you need to feel comfortable, because at the retreat, this really is a retreat. This is not a workshop full on teaching. And I don't know, I'm not going to box you through any processes. I will gently nudge you through the breathing processes. Yes. I will also nudge you through our yoga practices. And listen, when you hear yoga and everything in you goes, oh my God, I've never done yoga. I'm as stiff as a board. I don't know how to do that. Just relax. You'll be fine. When I started to do the yoga teacher training, I was as stiff as a stick, right? I was definitely the stiffest in the class. I was also the oldest in the class. And I did it, and I became super, super flexible, and you can too. And the way that I teach yoga, it's called joyful flow. Okay, and it's for every state that you can be in. I know how to teach yoga in chairs. I know how to teach yoga to old people. So wherever you are, you're going to be fine. And I promise you that you will feel better by learning these practices and practicing all together. It's not about who's best at it. It's about who stays present. And I had one wonderful yoga teacher who would, at the beginning of a lesson, when we were just sitting, right, sitting in meditation, he would say, okay, and as we set our intention for the practice and we then began the practice, he says, and you know, if you were to just sit here as you are now for this entire hour, you would be doing more than everyone else. And that was always beautiful to know. And you'll have that freedom too, of course, that anytime you feel you just want to sit in meditation and not join in the yoga, that's fine too. Okay, so how about over to you, ladies, and let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything that you would like to talk about. So Anna Marie is not bringing a mat. She's coming by train. That's totally fine. I'll be bringing enough mats. If you have mats, let me know. You can just send me an email. And if you have questions about the retreat, do also let me know. I think the rooms, there might still be some rooms free, but I also know that there are lots of rooms in the guest houses nearby. So if you don't have a room yet and the Gastagrid should be full, I don't know yet quite honestly where they are, then don't worry about that. We can also help you find another place. I heard in the German Goddess Circle, we had one lady who was really urgently looking for someone to share a room with. Maybe she was going to bring her tent and sleep in the woods. So I was like, I'm sure we'll find a better solution than that. So just know that if you need help and support in being able to come or, you know, getting things organized, I'll do my best to help you. Okay, let's see. Are there any other questions? Mirella, do you have any questions about the retreat? Are you getting yourself organized?
Yes, no, I've already got things done, so no, I have no questions. I'm looking forward to the crown ceremony. So yeah, it will be amazing.
It will. Thank you. Okay, anybody else here? Do you have any question, anything at all that you would like to ask me or that we should go into? Is something bothering you? Or do you have an inspiration? Have you had a great achievement? Has something happened for you? Then do let us know. I'd love to know. Otherwise, I will ask someone specifically. So this is a circle of interaction. Yolanda, why don't you tell me, how is Robert doing? Yolanda and Robert have had quite some health challenges, and I think also some beautiful experiences in that, haven't you?
Yeah. Yes, really a lot of things are happening. There's a big flow going on. And last Friday, yeah, Robert went to see Milan Sommers, you know. I was sending him an email 1 week ago, and well, we know each other from the hypno sessions I did. And I thought, well, what the fuck, I send him an email, maybe. And then I was at a wedding party and he was phoning me. Hey, Yolanda, this is a very awful situation. I will help you. And you can come with Robert. So Robert went last Friday and magic happened. Incredible. Yeah.
Tell me about the magic. What did you notice?
He was coming down the stairs and he was shining. He was lighter. He felt lighter. He was in several foreign lives with Milan.
They did past life regressions?
Yeah. And then he said, okay, now I can get rid of these tumors. And I think it will happen now. I can solve it. So yeah, Robert is very strong. We are doing all kinds of therapies and everything is on the path. It's really
beautiful.
But a lot of work, really, every day. Well, yeah. So I'm looking forward to come to the retreat.
It's going to be so fun. There's going to be a time for you where you get to recover a bit, right? You've been doing astronomical support work. So well done. Kudos, sister. So Yoki's asking.
They started with chemotherapy because he was feeling very well for himself, and he went into the quantum field, and there he got the advice to do it because it was an extra, and then he does vitamin C injections, oxygen, all this kind of stuff.
Very good. And you're doing the EE system too, right? And you're going to the EE system too. So and the Healy. So they've got it all going. And honestly, that's how I would approach it too. You throw everything at it. And I love that he himself got the message, this is what I need to do. And then he's doing it. And when we go into any therapy, because we ourselves have decided this is what is good for us, then the results will always be better than if someone else pushed us, oh, you should go do that, right? We have a question in the chat saying, are you talking about quantum hypnosis? Yeah, that's one way, one word you can use for it. We're talking about hypnosis. So hypnosis is a wonderful way to facilitate and support healing in any case, because you're able to, as we were talking, go into the unconscious mind. You're able to connect to that, what else is, and what else could be the reasons for this being having created this manifestation, right? Because there's some part in Robert that chose this, and it's connecting back to that part and kind of renegotiating, finding out, are there traumas there? And those traumas it can be a past life, it can be something ancestral, it can be something that happened in this life, it can be a spirit soul contract, whatever, right? And hypnosis is a great way to find out what the cause is. And quantum hypnosis, personally, I call for myself, when I do quantum hypnosis, I use that for the term of the technique that I learned from Dolores Cannon. So Dolores Cannon was the first one in my knowledge to use the term quantum hypnosis. Now it's being used all over the place. Everybody's a quantum physicist, a quantum that, like seriously, whatever. But it is the technique, how I describe it, of connecting to your highest self. Now, Dolores Cannon would always do that with past life regression first. Why? I believe because the past life regression allows the subject, the patient, to go into a very deep state of hypnosis. And in those past life regressions, you can clean up things, you can find out, okay, because spirit always guides you to that past life you've got to see, right? So you do a couple of journeys in a past life, find out what was going on there, and then she connects to what she calls the unconscious. I call it the highest self. So when I adapted Dolores Cannon's process, and I've done, oh God, thousands of sessions by now, I used to do past life first and then bring in the highest self and all that. Now I go straight to the highest self, because sometimes the past lives aren't even necessary. But the classic way is past life first, bring the highest self in, and then you have a conversation with the highest self. But that is only possible if the subject is in that state of consciousness to do that. Because when, like I've had lots of clients who would come in for their first time of doing a quantum hypnosis, but it was also their very first time being hypnotized at all. It was also their very first time in doing anything spiritual. Then the conversation is usually not that successful. Either the person can't let the words come through, they just hop out of hypnosis every time they have to use their voice, or they're like in a state of paralysis, they can't talk at all, they're just out. And then I usually work with finger signs. I say, okay, if the highest self is here, move this finger. If it's a yes, move the finger. But it's tedious. But if you get someone, and I'm guessing Robert is someone like that, who is very open, very aware of who he is as a being, very conscious, then that quantum hypnosis, I've seen miracles happen. I've seen miracles happen just in one session, but I would never promise every session is going to bring a miracle, because often those miracles are unseen. Often nothing seems to happen in a session, and then 3 weeks later, suddenly, bam, it's all fallen into place. You don't know. But I highly recommend, experiencing quantum hypnosis from someone that you really trust. It's a wonderful thing to do. And yes, we will be doing that in the retreat, of course. That's my main technique that I use with all people, is connect to your heart, connect to your highest self, and get the answers directly from source, because that's freedom. And here we are creating financial freedom, but it's more about than just financial freedom, isn't it? It's freedom. Actually, we're creating freedom here. Don't you think, Yolanda?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing an update. I'll release you out of the spotlight. Yogi's asking, and the in-between lives, would you call that the highest self? As you can go there with Dolores' method as well. Yeah, well, in-between lives, for me, I define as that space. So we say we have a life, a past life, right? With the past life, I usually then take people out of that past life. They see their last moments, because those last moments are usually very insightful, because then I can ask questions like, do you have any regrets? Is there anyone that you need to forgive? Is there anything else that wants to be said? You can kind of make peace with that last moment. They leave they leave that life as they pass over, and then they go into the space of in-between lives, right? And in that in-between lives, I guide people to the Crystalline Palace, which is a beautiful crystal palace in the middle of somewhere. And there I help them conduct their own healing rituals. So we'll go into a chamber and we'll call upon all our angels and a bunch of helpers, and we'll cut the links and we'll download stuff. And, we do a lot of work in the in-between lives. And then I usually send spirit to take that body into a resting place so that it can complete the process. And then we move on and connect to higher self. So there are many different ways to go. I love working with the field when I go in it, because when I guide someone into hypnosis, part of me is in hypnosis too. I'm just channeling. So I have to trust the process. I don't follow protocol. I've done this so often that I get the cues, right? I see where someone is when they do past lives. I'm usually there with them. I know where they go. Before they say something, oh, he's in a cave. And then I say, yeah, I'm in this cave. And I'm like, okay, right there with you, baby. So it's really fun. And that you'll notice when we do it also in the retreat, these things happen also for you when you're just following. You might pick up what the other person next to you was having, and you would, because we're all one. And it's really, really magical. So I hope that answered your question, Yogi. Could you repeat the name of Dolores? Yes, Dolores Cannon, Cannon, Dolores Cannon. She's written tons and tons of books, and she had an amazing way of writing books, because what she did is she would take the sessions of her clients and put them together as books, because she would use those connections in the sessions to ask questions. And I think one of the biggest gifts she had was to ask great questions. I really admired that when I've watched her working. It was her ability to stay interested. And can you imagine? I mean, she's died at age 90 something. And she was working in doing these kind of past life and quantum hypnosis sessions, first with her husband. And she was working with traumatized soldiers from the war and helping them with post-traumatic stress through hypnosis for decades. So she's done thousands of sessions. And I can tell you, it's rare that you have a very, very interesting session, because over time, you notice the message is always the same. It's all that good stuff that we know, like love yourself, stop stressing out about life, do the things that you love, do more of what you love. Yes, you'll find lots on YouTube of Dolores Cannon. She's wonderful. And her daughter, Julia Cannon, is also a great soul. So I love Julia Cannon, and I think she's continuing the work of her mother. Yeah, fun topics. Anything else you'd like to talk about? Anything else that's coming up for you? Anything you'd like help with? Do ask the questions. Otherwise, I feel we're pretty complete. So what's our joy work? What's our joy work for this week? Our joy work for this week is, yes, I'm also getting the freedom. This is our new anchor point. Okay, so let's all tap into that freedom. Notice the freedom we have access to right now, the freedom to take this next breath, the freedom to make wise choices that come from the love that we are, the freedom to be exactly who we are, to express all of who we are in the most graceful, joyful, and wise way. And every time we notice that freedom, we're going to go here and amplify it. Anytime we notice the feeling of disempowerment, powerlessness, hopelessness, whatever, we go here and we switch it. And we just say, I am free. I am free to be me. And then if we're meeting someone else, we could think, and I'm giving you the permission to be who you are. You are free to be you. Let's make this a week of freedom, a week of grace, a week of love, a week of joy. And let us feel grateful for each other. All us conscious, beautiful women here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel the tingle. Do you feel it? That's electricity. Woo! Send it up, send it down, send it inside. Little circles around your heart, maybe with those magical fingers. Those God fingers, right? Thank you so much for being part of this wonderful Golden Goddess Circle. Thank you for being who you are in this world. And may you feel safe, may you feel healthy, may you feel happy, may you live life with ease. Namaste. See you next week. Bye-bye, darlings.